Welcome back to Startup Street. In news just in, the founder and CEO of Delivery, Sahil Barua, has resigned as an independent director on the board of Swiggy. The food delivery company informed this to the stock exchanges. In his resignation letter, Barua cited increasing work commitment and said he was unable to dedicate the necessary time and attention to fulfill responsibilities as an independent director. Now, remember, Barua was among the first independent members of the Swiggy board who joined 2 years ago as the company was gearing up for an IPO. The resignation comes days after Delivery acquired rival firm Ecom Express in a fire sale.
Moving on, India's love for its pets is evolving and fast, from just $1.6 billion in 2019 to $3.6 billion in 2024. Pet care spending has more than doubled, driven by a new generation of pet parents. But while the emotional bond is growing, access to structured care still lags behind. That's where Supertails steps in. Supertails is one of India's largest integrated pet care platforms, which is looking to transform the way we care for our furry family members. On National Pet Day, we speak to Vineet Khanna, the co-founder of Supertails, on the company's growth plans going forward. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. India has more than doubled its spending on pet care, right? If you could sort of take us through the kind of trends that you're seeing and what you're doing new at Supertails to sort of, cater to this demand.
Thank you so much for having me over. First of all, happy National Pet Day to everyone, for all the pet parents across the country. As you mentioned about the growth in this category, I think the trends are emerging for the reasons and the pillars of growth itself. There are three very, very distinct areas of growth which is happening. The first one being the growth of population, which is the rising pet adoption. The second one being the growth of knowledge, which means the pet parents that are adopting pets now are getting more aware about their pets, so they have needs which are more knowledge-based, like preventive healthcare or need for technology-based solutions. And the third is growth of involvement, which is where non-discretionary spends and accessories, etc., and categories, those are growing. So with all these three kinds of growth coming in the category, obviously there will be growth happening on the front of the necessary needs, which is food and supplies, on the more knowledge-based needs, which is healthcare, pharmacy, and preventive, aspects about their pets, and on the non-discretionary needs, which is accessories, and from the needs to the wants and the desires, all of these trends are getting captured by this, really booming category.
Absolutely. But let's also talk about a necessity, right? Like one of that is clinics, and Supertails has expanded into the offline pet healthcare space with your first clinic that you launched in Bangalore. When you made the announcement, you said you'll have 3 more clinics opened, within 90 days. Has that happened? And if you could sort of talk to us about the offline expansion plan and the number of cities you want to be in by the end of this year.
So the idea is very simple. I think pet healthcare in the country is underserved. On our vision to solve for healthcare as a part of the large ecosystem play for Supertails, we'd want to launch clinics in every nook and corner of the country, and that is what we want to do. As a part of that, we've started with Bangalore. We are already live with 2 of our clinics and about a couple of weeks away from our third. So we're living up to a promise of launching at least more than 10 clinics in Bangalore itself, and more than 100 of them in the country in the next 18 to 24 months. All of this fits very well in our ecosystem play, wherein we want to be closer to the consumer and address whatever needs they have in whatever form they have, in whatever channel they have. In that sense, healthcare remains the focus for us.
Absolutely. And you're launching all of these clinics. What do you think are the biggest deterrents when it comes to veterinarian care for pets? How are you going to use these clinics to sort of help reach more pet parents? And, affordability is one of the key things. So how affordable are you?
So first of all, you have to make it accessible, which means you can't be very far away from the consumer. So that's why there would be a need for a dense network. The second is, it takes a lot of hassle and, pain to take a pet to a clinic. And even after that, the anxiety and stress levels are, not, that the pet parents enjoy more, and neither does the pet. So with our stress-free and fear-free certified professionals at our clinic, we solve for the environment of the pets and the pet parents when they walk in, which gives them a superlative healthcare experience. And that is what, matters the most. I think, pet parents put a little lesser, importance to money when it comes to right care for their pets. But still, we would be, affordable and accessible, convenient and quality at the same time. So that has been, our thought process with regards to healthcare.
Right. So access, affordability and quality for every pet parent that's out there. And you claim to have seen 100% growth on a yearly basis, and you're targeting 500 crore rupees in ARR by 2026, right? Are you on track to achieve this? Where do you hope to end this year? And which are the verticals that you want to double down on going forward?
I think by God's grace, we've I think cracking the code well in the last couple of years as well. So we continue to grow, more than 100% year on year. We are on track for the 500 crore promise that we made to ourselves in the timeline that you mentioned. The verticals that are growing, or what is causing this growth, is largely we are now actually coming into form of our complete ecosystem play. What started as a pet supplies business has now transformed into a multi-vertical business, wherein the consumer is brought into the ecosystem once, and we address all forms of their needs. The main thing that is playing well for us and the verticals, getting benefit from there, is that we know our customer and our consumer, which is the pet parent and the pet, both very well through a very integrated data and technology layer. So which is where we are very relevant in our engagement. We are very to the point in knowing the needs of our consumers. And that just bodes well for all the needs, all the, verticals that Supertails has. With a specific focus, obviously, healthcare is one of the largest and the most exponentially growing vertical for us, given that, it has been to some extent launched recently, and as well as has a higher potential for growth as well. But deep down within, I think our customer obsession and our, want to not just fulfill, what is necessary and required, but to delight every consumer for every touch point, and do it in a very data-enabled way, in a very relevant way, gives us a lot of edge.
All right, Vineet, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street, and we wish you all the best on this journey going forward.
Thank you so much, and happy National Pet Day once again.
Thank you. Same to you.
Moving on, it's Friday and it's time to take